Hello again everybody and welcome back to my Character Crusade Unbound Season 2 Let's Play featuring Alusell, the Alteration Swordsman. Well, we made it to Sovngarde. Sorry, I'm gonna apologize for kind of jumping around here a little bit. The problem is that I just don't have time to kind of explore the story a little more organically. I kind of would have liked to be able to record a little bit more of the main quest. But with the finale coming up on Monday, I believe, and me being out of town Thursday through Monday, I really have to finish this up now. And there are a couple different story points here that I want to hit before the end of the season. And I want to have the story kind of tucked away for the finale. So yeah, how's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. Although I gotta say, the weather in Sovngarde this time of year is just dreadful. It's awful. Well, now that I'm in Sovngarde, I guess you can probably guess what has happened. We made it all the way through the main quest, and I wanted to record this portion of it because Olaf said that if we ever found ourselves in Sovngarde to look him up and maybe have a drink with him or something, which I think we might do. As you can see, Alduin's flying around over there. I have to say, Alusell's probably not all that emotionally or personally invested in the main quest, except for the fact that it is literally saving the world, and himself and Raya, his sister, are both part of that world. Other than that, he doesn't really care. He's just kind of doing what he has to do to appease his destiny as Dragonborn and kind of move on with his life. We did discuss his feelings on the dragon blood to I think
Welcome, Dragonborn. Our door has stood empty since Alduin first set his soul snare here. By Shore's command, we sheathed our blades and ventured not the Vale's dark mist. But three await your word to loose their fury upon the perilous foe. Gormlaith, the fearless, glad-hearted in battle. Hecon, the valiant, heavy-handed warrior. Feldir, the old, far-seeing and grim.
Ysgramor. Everybody meet Ysgramor. Yeah, as I was saying, I think we discussed Alusell's feeling on the dragon blood to some satisfactory level of completeness. This is Shore's Hall, the Great Mead Hall of Sovngarde. Oh my god, he's chatty, isn't he? I know, you told me like 3 times. Ugh, and they say Sovngarde's supposed to be like heaven. Who else do we have over here? Who's this over here?
My disciples
Jurgen.
still follow the difficult path. The way of the voice is neither wide nor easy. But if you stray from wisdom, then to Sovngarde you will not return.
Ugh. Does everybody speak in verse here? Nor just so dramatic. Way of the voice. Hey, is that our old friend over there? Shore's throne. I don't think we're gonna chance it.
A fool of a poet, but an honest enemy who has earned my respect. Sadly, he's now lost in the soul-snaring mist. Defeat Alduin, and his doom avert. I hope to greet him in this hall as a friend.
We did actually encounter Svaknir on the way up. I wasn't ready to record, but I would have liked to have that footage before the fight was soon. I just think that would have made this episode a little too long, especially if I lost to Soon, who is a very tough opponent. But let's just see what Olaf has to say here.
Far you've traveled, your trials long, to taste Sovngarde's sweet delights.
Yeah, I don't know if they delight me too much, but it's good to see you.
Food or song unending, fighting, drinking, fellowship and boasting. Find welcome here and warm your soul.
He's really talking the place up. Alusell doesn't see it, but he appreciates the sentiment.
Let troubles fade.
Yeah, well, I would, except there's the matter of this world-eating dragon out there I gotta take care of, but I would like to be able to relax.
A fool of a poet, but an honest enemy who has earned my respect. Sadly, he's now lost in the soul-snaring mist. Defeat Alduin, and his doom avert. I hope to greet him in this hall as a friend. Shore's power protects this hall, but beyond is fear brought by Alduin. Why does Shore forbid us to face Alduin? I fear no world-eater though he be. Oh, I long to fight that foul worm, but by Shore's command, we curb our wrath. Take your ease, let troubles fade. Dragonborn, have you come to cleanse Sovngarde at long last of Alduin's foul mist? Shall Alduin remain so long unchallenged? A cup, Dragonborn, to death and glory.
Okay, that's what I was waiting for. So Olaf greets Alusell warmly, as an old friend. Nords are fierce in battle, but they're also quick to make friends. So at least that's what Alusell has found. And Olaf is as Nordy as any Nord out there. So as far as he's concerned, Alusell is a brother, a BFF. For the favors that he has done for him over the past few weeks. So Alusell doesn't drink, but I think in this case he's in Sovngarde. He lets his guard down a little bit, and I think he's going to have some mead with Olaf. We actually don't have any mead. So we're going to have to add it in. I don't know if it's such a great idea for Alusell to take his first sip of alcohol before he fights the toughest enemy he's known to this point, but I think the situation calls for it. Okay, so Olaf wishes Alusell luck. He actually expressed why all these legendary warriors are stuck in here and not out there fighting Alduin. For some reason, Shore, kind of the Nord god of battle or something. I'm not really too keen on Shore's lore, but I know it's a little wishy-washy. I think there are conspiracy theories out there saying that Shore is Alduin because Shore is strangely absent during this phase of the story, and also that he has commanded all these legendary warriors not to fight Alduin. Something tells me that the three tongues over here are acting against Shore's wishes. I don't think they had an exception. They're just doing it anyway because of the personal kind of attachment they have to Alduin in that whole situation and sending him forward in time. They kind of want to tie off that loose end. What else? Anything else? I think the big thing here is we wanted to have that reunion with Olaf. Okay, well, let's fight Alduin.
At long last, Alduin's doom is now ours to seal. Just speak the word, and with high hearts, we'll hasten forth to
Yakety
smite
yak.
the worm, wherever he lurks.
Hold, comrades. Let us counsel take before battle is blindly joined. Alduin's mist is more than a snare. Its shadowy gloom is his shield and cloak. But with 4 voices joined, our valor combined, we can blast the mist and bring him to battle. Halldir speaks wisdom. The World Eater, coward, fears you, Dragonborn. We must drive away his mist, shouting together, and then unsheath our blades in desperate battle with our black-winged foe.
To battle, my friends! The field will echo with the clamor of war.
Okay.
Our wills undaunted.
There's going to be a lot of dialogue in this episode, so I'm probably going to be quiet through a lot of it. So I apologize for that. It's probably dialogue you guys have heard a million times already by this point. 7 years after the game's release. But I got to get through it to hit the story points that I need to hit for the end of this season here. Also, Alduin is not a hard boss as far as final bosses of games go, but in this situation, on master difficulty level, with a melee fighter who doesn't wear armor, he can be quite difficult. So just try to bear with me. I might die a couple times here. So yeah, I'm probably going to be chugging a lot of potions too. I just don't know. We'll see here. So we need clear skies, which we already have active. That's good. Go ahead and quick save here, just in case. And once we complete the clear sky barrage here, I'll go ahead and save again, just in case we die. Don't have to sit through all this again. You know. Uno mas? Yeah, alright, let's do it.
Stand fast. His strength is failing. Once more and his might will be broken.
Okay, yeah, so before I save, I want to get a spell ready. I'm going to be using Hethoth's Grimoire, which basically conjures a spell tome that repeatedly casts the spell you have in your left hand in the direction that you're facing. So this basically gives me a lightning bolt turret that, as long as I'm pointing at Alduin, will be zapping him for basically this whole battle, which will give us a little boost to our damage output here. 113 points. And I don't think Alduin resists lightning damage, but I could be wrong. I think lightning bolts have the most range out of everything that I have too, so, and they move the fastest. So I think this is my best option. It takes a long time to cast here, and I totally missed. Great. Oh, and I didn't save. Here we go. Okay, now we're gonna switch to Steadfast Ward to block his breath attacks, and then back to our sword, of course. And we're also going to need Dragon Rend to ground him. Where is he? As you can see, the lightning bolts being fired off there. And this spell lasts for a long time. Another quick save, just in case. Oh, yeah, there we go. He came out of nowhere and just pelted me with that breath attack. And I got hit by a meteor. Healing. I'm sorry, we might be seeing a lot of this. Oh my god!
Skyrim, or Yore, or Sovngarde's freedom.
Yeah, this might be a long battle here. Okay, keep that up. It's the breath attacks that are killing me here. Oh wow. Okay, that little twitch there was a perk that I have that teleports me back to the beginning, the location where I was at the beginning of the battle. Once I drop below 15% health. All right. Not really even sure. Oh, I'm out of spells. Great. That's cool. I wonder what was breaking my spells there. So, we might just try to sit back and let the others, we'll pick our spots here. But we might just sit back and try to let the others do the work for us here. Boy, he landed right on me. I don't know if there's an attack in this game that is any more annoying than this meteor shout that Alduin calls at the beginning of every battle. Mostly because they just stagger you out of nowhere, and they can actually do lots of damage if they get a direct hit. Sorry if I'm a little quiet, I'm trying to focus on staying alive here. Keep zapping him. Ugh, can't reach. Okay, let's get some stamina back here so we can at least dodge and sprint if we need to. Okay, he's close. Oh, man. He didn't like us hitting him like that. Oh, boy. Alright, gotta stay alive here. This is important. Whew. How come the healing potions aren't... Oh, I can't believe it! He swung around like he did a 180, shouted, and then immediately grabbed me and killed me. Oh, that's painful. I can't believe that, and we gotta start all over. Okay, I might do some saving in the middle of the battle here just to cut it a little shorter. Alright, Alduin, calm down. Oh my god, did he get me again? What a turd. Okay, we need to just hang back and pick our shots here. Just takes so much damage, even with the augmented resistances that we have from the alteration tree. Zapping him. There we go. Oh boy. Okay, we need to heal. Oh, and I missed. That's gonna hurt. Shout's not ready yet. Okay, got him. Quick saving. Lightning damage on him there. Keep zapping him. Ooh, what happened? Oh, I think Gormlaith did a whirlwind sprint shout. Pushed Alduin all the way over. Oh boy. Is he dead? There we go. Oh, thank God. As well as he fights, he dies even better, doesn't he? Look at this. It's painful, huh? Well, that's done.
They will sing of this battle in Shore's Hall forever. but your fate lies elsewhere. When you have completed your count of days, I may welcome you again with glad friendship and bid you join the blessed feasting.
I'm not sure Sovngarde is Alduin's jam so much. When it does come time for him to give up his mortal existence, I think he might want to spend his eternity somewhere else. But it was good to see Olaf again. But this whole Dragonborn business, I think he would just sooner forget about it.
When you are ready to rejoin the living, just bid me so, and I will send you back.
Alright, I'm ready.
Return now to me, with this rich boon from shore, my lord. A shout to bring a hero from
Oh good, a shout.
in your hour of need.
Because Alusell loves shouts so much. And we're going to have a lot of dialogue here. But then we're going to end the episode with a little bit of story. And this is actually going to mark the conclusion of Part 4 of the Ghosts of Yore saga and Part 4 of Alusell's Let's Play. So I'm thinking that fight with Alduin might have gone better had I not gone through all of my spell count on the way through Skulldafn.
So it is done. Alduin Dilon. The eldest is no more. He who came before all others and has always been.
Yeah. I have no regrets. He had to be destroyed.
Of course. Alduin Wahlan. I would not have helped you if I thought otherwise. You did what was necessary. Alduin had flown far from the path of right action in his pachlok, in the arrogance of his power. But I cannot celebrate his fall. Zutiraz ach Ochma. He was my brother once. This world will never be the same.
I was just doing what I had to do to get through this whole Dragonborn business.
You once told me you did not believe in destiny.
I don't know that I ever said that.
Perhaps now you have some insight into the forces that shape the Venesitid, the currents of time. Perhaps you begin to see the world as a Dova. But I forget myself. Crosis, solos midfadon. Melancholy is an easy trap for a Dova to fall into. You have won a mighty victory, Shahroch Kondrach. One that will echo through all the ages of this world for those who have eyes to see. Savor your triumph, Dovahkiin. This is not the last of what you will write upon the currents of time. Goran, I feel younger than I have in an age.
Okay. Oh my gosh. He does like to talk, doesn't he?
They may yet bow to the Vaxen, brightness of my doom. But willing or no, they heroes, fare thee well, Dovahkiin.
Alright. Okay, so after all that, we are actually visited once again by our old friend, good buddy, Halldir. C. Oops. Oh boy. That's gonna be bad. I don't know how I got 2 1s there, but now we're gonna have 11 Halldirs. Yo boy. All right, let's try to clean this up. I can't believe that happened. That's hilarious. Oops. How come I can't choose him? Oh my gosh. I broke it, didn't I? Oh, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Alright. And this is why you playtest, folks. You know what? Boy, this is embarrassing. So over here where there aren't dragons attacking attacking Halldir, they shouldn't be able to see him over here. So after a leisurely stroll down the throat of the world, we find ourselves back in High Hrothgar, where we're visited by Halldir. 11. Okay, and at this point, Halldir tells us the rest of the story, as far as the Vokun Hevnarak curse goes. At this point, you'll want to pause, if you haven't listened to it yet. Pause the video, listen to the Ghosts of Yore story part 5 that I've linked to in the description below. This is what Halldir tells us. Now this whole time, Halldir has been telling Hjalti Earlybeard's story. As we've mentioned before, Jesus, Eric, you're so rude. Hjalti Earlybeard is the name that Tiber Septim took before he was Tiber Septim and before he was Talos. You are just pining for attention, aren't you? Halldir was a trusted friend and advisor of Hjalti, and found out about the curse that was bestowed upon him from Hevnarak or Vokun. It actually stemmed from Ragat as kind of a catalyst, an opening for that curse, if you will, through Olaf One Eye, who was acting as the Underking. And if you're confused about the Underking and his influence on Tiber Septim, I would suggest that you read the Arcturian Heresy, which we may have gone over in a previous episode. But we're kind of taking that as pieces of fact, pieces of real history, to kind of supplement traditional knowledge about Tiber Septim and his rise to being the first emperor. So yeah, basically Halldir says that Hjalti was betrayed by some dragon priests. The dragon priests were not evil back then. Something happened to corrupt them, probably their own power. You know what, Eric?
This new armor fits me like a glove. What do you need?
I'm in the middle of a conversation here. You need to wait over here.
Okay, got it. Anything else?
And then
I'll be right here.
stay put.
Be careful now.
And keep it down. So where was I? So yeah, Hjalti was the one from the first-person perspective in that Ghosts of Yore, the Ghosts of Yore story piece, the part 5 there, where he got trapped in that inn, which was probably an illusion by one of the dragon priests. It sounded like the dragon priests, Vokun and Hevnarak, had a kind of deal going with the Ideal Masters. Half of Hjalti's soul was trapped in that soul gem. Halldir has that soul gem now. He somehow found a way to release Hjalti's or Tiber Septim's soul from that soul gem and replace it with his own. So now half of Halldir's soul is trapped in that soul gem. And the deal is, the deal that he made with the Ideal Masters was that he could... Okay, sorry, I need to back up a little bit. One of the dragon priests, Hevnarak or Vokun, had misgivings at the last second. Because of his personal connection with Hjalti. And cast the wrong spell at the last second. Hjalti's soul was supposed to be forfeit, but instead only half of it made it into the soul gem. Now, the Ideal Masters struck a deal with Hjalti, saying that he could have his soul back if he kills the traitor. Now, from the Ideal Masters' perspective, I think the traitor would be Vokun, because Vokun was Hjalti's master, so to speak. Hjalti served Vokun. There would be no reason for Hevnarak to have any kind of personal connection with Hjalti, because it was Valdir, actually, that served Hevnarak. So we're thinking that it was Vokun who hesitated at the last second because he had too much respect for Hjalti. He didn't want to send him to the Soul Cairn to suffer forever. So he's the one who held back. Now the traitor that the Ideal Masters are talking about could be Hevnarak, who would be the traitor to Hjalti and the kind of Atmoran cause at the time. Or what I think makes more sense is the Ideal Masters see Vokun as the traitor because he's the one who held back. So I think we'll be going after Vokun. And at this, Halldir says, then your choice is made. It tells us where to find Vokun, which is Highgate Ruins. And Halldir fades into the ether. Drifts back into Aetherius. And I think that will mark the end of this episode. So next episode, we'll meet up at Highgate and take on Vokun. Now I think there's supposed to be some kind of a moral conflict here between Vokun and the player character, just because Vokun chose not to betray us after all. Alusell is indifferent toward Vokun. He's almost indifferent toward Halldir. He's been around Halldir enough to kind of form some sort of relationship with him, so he does want to do right by Halldir. Although even Halldir doesn't really have a personal connection to Vokun either. It was Hjalti. So Talos might be a little conflicted about Vokun being sent to the Soul Cairn for eternity. But Alusell certainly doesn't. Halldir doesn't either, so we're going to kill that bastard and be done with it. Yeah, so this marks the end of part 4 of this Let's Play, and sort of the beginning of part 5 of the Ghosts of Yore story. So yeah, next episode we'll take on Highgate Ruins. We will close out this story. And hopefully I don't die as many times as I did in this episode. Maybe it'll be a little shorter. But that should be the last episode. That will be the finale of this series. And I'm looking forward to it. I think I have kind of a... I don't know how satisfying the ending is going to be, but it is going to be an ending, and it's going to be... There's something that I've been working on as sort of like a cinematic close to it at the very end. It's not like what do you call it? Machinima. Oh man, that word left me. It's not going to be like a machinima like any of Couch Warrior's older cinematic stuff, but just kind of a scene that we can set up with the console commands that I think kind of is a cool little visual end to Alusell's story. And probably an end to him as a character too, because I'm reformatting my mods a little bit to add some things from the Tuco guide, and it's going to fundamentally change my global bashed patch that I'm using, but it will make profile switching easier, and it will add immersive weapons and a Midian-born and Bruma. So I'm looking forward to having all that in my game. But yeah, this next episode is probably going to be Alusell's last. It'll be the last time you see him. We'll put a little bow on the top of his story, his character concept. So I think we've explored just about everything there is to explore with him. And I'll talk about that maybe next episode, just kind of exploring where the alteration tree took us and everything. I've touched on some of that today in this episode, but yeah, I'm rambling a little bit. So I think that will do it for me. I'll see you guys next episode. Until then, take care. Bye.